Juventini, welcome back to the Juve cast. I'm Alberto, and today I'm going to bring you the news to August 15th. Slight little discussion about an Allegri interview after the Atalanta match yesterday. We're going to talk about a situation that could maybe keep Dragusin with Juventus and see Rugani out the door. All that and updates on Locatelli and Dybala on Juve today. All right out of the gate, we're going to talk about a situation that's developing, and that's should Costas Manolas leave Napoli. The door could be open for Rugani. Now, what's interesting is that we've already talked a lot about Dragusin. Dragusin could be leaving Juventus as he wants minutes and he wants to play. So Cagliari seems to be the play where he could be on loan, and they're even supposed to be meeting tomorrow. But now, if you're Juventus, you might need to pump the brakes on this, because if you could instead move Rugani and that becomes a sale, it's much better for them rather than loaning out Dragusin. So we'll have to keep eyes on this and see what develops. And you'd have to think that Dragusin's cap might be pushing, because it's a little risky if all of a sudden they hold off. But I think they'd still ultimately be able to get a loan for Cagliari. So if you're Juventus, you might want to just pump the brakes and hang on a second and see if you can in turn move Rugani. So interesting development there. In terms of Locatelli, he did not play yesterday in Sassuolo's match against Lazio. So obviously now reports are it is extremely close. Supposed to be a meeting, fingers crossed, tomorrow, and hopefully that becomes where the deal gets sealed for Locatelli. So there you go. We'll have eyes on that, especially tomorrow. Hopefully we get that news we've all been waiting for. Now, in terms of the Dybala situation, Dybala scoring a lovely goal yesterday versus Atalanta. They're 2 million apart, apparently. Okay, 10 million with bonus. Dybala wants 10 million plus bonus. So there you have it. Mixed reports all over the place, because it was already reported that they had offered 10, which then becomes 12 in the latter stages of this contract. So it's just so close. It should get over the line. Next meeting set in 2 weeks' time. Okay, 15 days away. Last, certainly not least, is a bit of a slow news day, but Allegri's interview. Allegri did an interview, obviously, after the Atalanta match. I did a recap video. Make sure you check that video out, okay, and give me all your thoughts on the game and how it went. But he basically spoke, and it was all positive things. In terms of his setup and what he's going to do, we all saw the trident of Ronaldo, Dybala, and Chiesa looked pretty good. Obviously, it's early days, but definitely something we can really build upon. Now, he said the right winger will be the one that's expected to come back the most, and that would be Chiesa, or whoever in turn becomes that backup to Chiesa. So very interesting there. That's going to keep Dybala and Ronaldo up the pitch. Probably why you ended up seeing Bernardeschi play as one of those midfielders, which actually he did a pretty solid job and could be key for Juventus. Obviously, in a Mercato that was always going to be slow. Like to see him go, and Bernardeschi scored a fantastic goal as well. So all good things there. Allegri talked about Ramsey in that regista role, saying he actually did well. It's just the timing that needs to pick it up, and timing involving passing as well and everything. But it could be there. Watching that game, obviously, I agree with the struggles that Ramsey had, but you could actually see why Allegri thinks Ramsey could help out in that position. Of course, though, once the Locatelli deal's done, and I have full confidence it will get done, he's going to be the guy in there, and that's going to be big for Juventus. Last but certainly not least, Allegri spoke about the upcoming match, which is going to be the season opener against Udinese, saying we must start with a clean sheet after all the games that we've played and sacrificing goals. So he's going for a clean sheet. You could see the defensive structure, the organization yesterday that is synonymous with Max Allegri. So I have no doubt our defense is going to be shored up this season, and we should be looking strong and solid at the back, probably looking to hit teams very, very hard on the counter. Again, one of the last things we saw last time Allegri was out was the team struggled with the low block. So in games like this, when you're playing an opponent like Atalanta where they'll play open, I do not fear opponents that play like that with Max Allegri at the helm, but I want to see if he's changed anything or what his ideas are in breaking the low block with our group of players, which has been a struggle not only in his last season, but past 2 seasons as well. So we'll see what ends up happening. But that's it for the news today. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for tomorrow's news. And hopefully we get the news we want on the Locatelli signing. Forza Juve, fino alla fine.